Orangetheory Fitness promises it's the most science-based workout where you can burn over 700 calories in one class. And not just that, you'll continue to burn calories even once the class is over. That sounds suspicious. So this week I'm going Undercover to expose it. Because what if I told you it's actually a used car dealership masked as a fitness studio? Let's dive in. Step number 1, we're gonna go undercover to expose all the sales tactic they use to get you to buy a membership. Allegedly. Here's the exact description from the website. Because time is priceless, your time is valuable. Orangetheory Fitness workouts are backed by solid science so you get real results from expert coaching to cutting edge tech. OTF is a workout you can't get anywhere else. Sounds great, right? Well, anything on the internet sounds better than it is in reality. Okay, it's currently 6 a.m. and I'm gonna go take the class. I gotta be half an hour early because they're gonna bring me through the workout. Confession. I rescheduled this 3 times because you can hear in my voice, I was sick, I'm better now, and they were lovely. I called in, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm sick. They're like, don't worry, hon, it's fine, we'll move it for you. So, first of all, customer service on the phone, I will give them an A+. So I headed down Davie Street to my local Orangetheory Fitness for my first class and see if they're gonna use the sneaky sales tactics. Now you might be saying, Keltie, how do you know all these sneaky sales tactics? The truth is, I worked for Orangetheory Fitness for 2 years. Honestly, it might have been 1, I can't really remember, it was like 8 years ago. So yes, I know all their sneaky sales tactics and they were bad back then. Like, predatory? Allegedly. That's being overzealous, and I'm going to bring it to the test, expose the tea of how they do this, and see if they're still up to the same nonsense. Sorry, I'm earlier than the 30 minutes. Thank God. Enter the class and see the first red flag. That sign-up sheet. You might just think that's a nice, oh, they got my information in case they need to call my mom, in case something goes wrong. No, they're still using those crazy sign-in things. That thing you're signing is a call log. That is gonna go into the back and they're gonna reuse that and continue calling that for years to come, to months to come. Have you ever wondered where like you randomly get a call 3 months later from some service you tried? You're like, how do they even remember? It's that call log they're putting in the back room, and in 3 months the manager is gonna go to the poor sales associate and be like,
you're not doing anything. Go in the back and start making cold calls to random people who didn't sign a membership.
Allegedly. And that thing you're signing, that's what it is. So step number 1, just write really messy. That's what I always do, write really messy. I'm like, I'm sorry, it just got awful printed. Can't possibly see my phone number. And went into the back room, got changed, and they gave me the heart rate monitor. This is where the science comes from. This is what sets Orangetheory Fitness apart from Barry's and all the others, which we'll compare it to Barry's later on. Now, how they present it, the 5 zones. And yep, they're still doing it on laminated sheet. Some things never change. The heart rate zones are based on heart rate interval training. You wear a heart rate monitor around your arm that keeps track of your personal heartbeat and different heart rate, which falls into different zone in order from lowest to highest. There's gray, resting, blue, easy, green, challenging, orange, uncomfortable, and red all out. I'm then given an intake form to let them know all about my health goals. The front desk staff then sits down and walks me through all about the heart rate training and effectiveness. Their key objective is to really make the customer see the value in Orangetheory, which is an important sales pitch trick they use at the end you'll see. Now we know about the importance of zone 2, so you're probably thinking, ooh, Orangetheory is all about zone 2. This is where I'm like, Orangetheory kind of needs to step it up. Now zone 1, 50 to 60% max heart rate. Zone 2, 61 to 70. Zone 3, the green, 71 to 83. Zone 4, the orange zone, 84 to 91. And red, 92 to 100. Now, I did like back in the day that it wasn't just the whole time you have to be in the red. They want you to be in the orange zone, not the whole time, but you kind of get in and get out and get in and get out. And the more research I do it, if you're doing Orangetheory every single day, multiple times a week, and you're spending most of it in the orange zone, I don't think that's optimal for the average person. If you're an athlete, that's different. But there's actually a lot of benefits of zone 2 training, maybe a bit more in the green zone and then a little bit in the red. That might actually be the best. Experts like Peter Attia would say.
An hour of that into steady state aerobic training, zone 2. I think you'd have to put an hour of that into strength training, 20 minutes of that or 30 minutes of that across 1 or 2 sessions into high intensity aerobic training.
And here's actually problem number one. Heart rate training is super subjective. We'll use me as an example. I have a low resting heart rate. I can do that entire workout, still get a great workout, still pushing myself and be in the green the entire time. Like for me to actually push myself, I've got to be max out sprinting. And I can't actually max out sprint. Like I would kill myself if I was in the orange and red all the time. Like I would lead to overtraining because I have a low resting heart rate. On the flip side, some people, heart rate just gets elevated so fast, whether it be anxiety, they're an undertrained individual, or they just drank a lot of caffeine before. So as much as I love heart rate training and it is a great way, there's a lot of flaws in it.
The sales associate then hands me off to the trainer who brings me through the gym explaining the workout. Half the workout will be running, jogging, or walking on the treadmill with the rower in between intervals. Then the second half will be weightlifting circuits. Up to this point, both the sales associate and trainer have been lovely, I must say.
To start, you'll hit the start button. This side over here is all your inclines.
Allegedly.
Some random person just came and said, have a good first class. That is cute.
Pet peeve number two, the costs. We'll get it at the end, but you might have noticed at the start it's nice. You sign some paper, they're explaining, they're presenting you this workout. So the sales associate takes me to the one-on-one session with my trainer. She was lovely. I will say I'm going to keep them anonymous for their own safety. This is the tough part. Being undercover is tough. I don't know. You journalists, how you do it. But anyways, I went and met my trainer. She explains the workout. She walks me through it. She asks if I'm going to walk, jog, or run it. She really made sure I felt set up and explained the workout thoroughly.
I started with weights, which was 3 circuits with dumbbells and the TRX. The music was a 6 out of 10, very millennial coded. Killers, Blink-182, but they did play Cinema by Skrillex, so I was very content.
So what is the actual workout? It's a 1-hour full body workout focused on training endurance, strength, and power. It uses heart rate based interval training, which burns more calories post-workout than in traditional exercise, is how they sell it. It's really about that epoch. And here's problem number 3, which Orangetheory Fitness. They over-exaggerate the calorie burn. Allegedly, they utilize something called epoch, post-exercise oxygen consumption, which generally means if you do something very intense, think 1 rep max, plyometrics, HIIT training, you're maxing out, your body uses a lot of oxygen. And that means even after the workout, your body's recovering, it's still trying to get you back to center. So that's kind of the cool thing about doing this max out training. You still burn calories after, but they sell it as this like magic thing that for hours after you're gonna be burning calories and you're just become this calorie torching thing. The science says no, a little bit, but we're talking 100 calories, maybe 200, maybe even 25. It's kind of not that big of a deal in the scheme of things, but they kind of mislead it to the average person who doesn't understand what epoch is. You have to be so highly trained for this actually to be this thing that your body is recovering from for hours, versus this average person is going to come to the studio and think, hey, if I just do this 1-hour workout, my slow metabolism is just going to be torched for the rest of the day and I'm just going to be consuming Big Macs at a rate no one has ever seen. And that's just unfair to the average person who doesn't understand it. So sometimes I feel things that are were science-based, they just plaster it on so individuals who don't understand the science for it are just rose-colored glasses over top of them.
Second half of the workout, and I'm doing about 3 to 5 minutes on the treadmill, alternating with about 30 seconds on the rower.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you.
The absolute guilt I felt when the instructor came up to me and was like, you're the perfect student, and kept praising me for how impressive it was that it was my first class, and I had to act like I'd never done an Orangetheory class before for this video. I felt so bad.
Change number 1 I've seen. It no longer says you're going to burn 700 calories a workout. Thank God, because that's literally the top. When they originally had that was assuming it was like a 6'4" in shape dude was running it, would burn over 700 calories. That's not most of us. It now says 500 calories, which is probably closer to the median. Now I'm actually going to give Orangetheory Fitness, going to exit out this problem, because when I was there a couple years ago, they advertised it as 700 to 800 calories a session, which is crazy, and it's not going to happen to most of us because that was the top. Of course, they're going to sell the best case. That is a 6'4" man who's well-trained and doing it in the orange and red, max out sprinting the entire time. It's going to burn 700 calories, and they accounted for the afterburn. So he might have actually only burned 500 calories, but it's the 200 calories after. But they don't really fully explain that. They just say, oh, you could burn up to 700 calories. That's what the person sees, and that's what the person signs up for. And you're a 100-pound girl that burned 100 calories and maybe 25 epoch after. I'm just butchering numbers, that's not science-based, but you know what I mean? It's a little bit, it's not lying, but it's marketing. It's bending the truth. It's over-promising, under-delivering. No, there is studies about EPOC. A study from Colorado University evaluated participants who performed sprint intervals and then measured their post-workout exercise burn. Although the results did show energy expenditure within 24 hours after the workout, most of the calorie burning was seen during and just after exercises, with the numbers dropping significantly from there. So yeah, there is EPOC, but for most people, it's not even almost worth considering unless you're a high-level athlete. So I got through the workout and honestly, it was lovely. I'll quickly compare it to Barry's. It's kind of the same, but it's a little less intense. It's a bit more, Barry's takes about 10 workouts till you get the groove of it. You feel like you're being yelled at, you're in a dark room, you don't know what's going on, and then you get it. And then you're like, this is a rave, but we call it working out. And that's why I go, because I'm a DJ. I love music. I work out just to listen to music. That's the only reason I work out. And Barry's is the quintessential of that. And that's why. Is it the best workout? No. We'll do a Barry's video. Now, Orangetheory Fitness, the music's good, but it doesn't have the lights, it doesn't have the back room. It doesn't feel like an underground rave. It feels like a workout class in orange. Orange lighting. It was a lot more chill. I didn't feel quite the pressure to be like, go to 100, but I was kept accountable from the heart rate zones, and it was still good beats. They played some solid bangers. Not ones that made me want to run till I puke, but they did play Cinema by Skrillex, which is, an easy way to my heart. And I will say the people in the class were lovely. This is a big thing. It is a franchise, and so that means every Orangetheory Fitness is going to be a little different. We'll also talk about it at the end, because this is something to definitely know about fitness classes. As I was going in, there's a sign at the front that said Keltie. That is my alias. Yes, I signed up under an alias so no one would know who I am, because I do have a membership from years ago. So I just wanted to act how it would be for you going your first time. And people came up to me and were like, have fun at your first class. Like other members who took the class before noticed I was new there and were like, have a great class. I'm like, okay, that is an A+ gym studio. Now, before we paint it all glory, here is the downside. The real sneaky part about Orangetheory Fitness, and problem number 5, the real tea. It's not a fitness studio. It's just a place that uses used car salesman tactics to get you to sign up for a subscription membership. Allegedly. I'm sorry, and I know a lot of you love it. Now let me explain. Here's what happened. Immediately after class, the trainer comes up, says, how you doing? Like a great trainer should. And the trainer is not, there's nothing evil about that. That's what they're doing, and that's what a good trainer does. Now, right to my left is the sales associate waiting, and the trainer is instructed to hand me off to the sales associate. So I'm instantly just reminded, oh, we're not done here. Don't run off. Don't run off. We still got to talk. We still have to see what your goals are. And this is where the sales tactics start. Now, this is not a hate on the girl. This is what they're told to do. And the managers are watching to make sure they do this. So this is just a part of the game they're told to play. Here is the little laminate sheet again with all the prices that they show me. And you'll notice they only show me 2 options. 1, the unlimited, or 2, the elite, which is 8 times a month. And that's all they say. And the average person can be like, oh, those are my only 2 options. Well, that one's a better deal, and unlimited, and you're kind of in that weird spot. And this is where they get you. And this is what you're not supposed to present any options, because those are the ones they make the most commission on. Yes, the sales associate, the people working on the front desk are making a commission, and they're told this. Now, of course, I sound so smart, but no, I know exactly what's on the opposite side of that. So I mentioned, hey, is there punch passes? I'm have a very inconsistent schedule. I travel a lot. Do you guys have punch passes, 5, 10 packs?
We do have it, yeah.
And there is. You can get 10 classes, 20 classes. And there's actually a membership, a basic, of only 4 sessions a month. But they don't present that to you. No. And better yet, the packs you can't even get on the app. You have to be in class. And the reason is subscription. Which also makes me angry about Orangetheory Fitness specifically. This irked me. Now, technically, I was a manager at one point in these. And most of the sales associates, college students, first, second jobs. They just want an hourly pay, show up, clock in, clock out. It's not a passion. It's not a lifetime job. And they're paid bare minimum hourly wage, but when they sign up, they're promised they're going to make a lot more. We're given a sales tactic as a manager to tell these people that sign up that they're going to make all this money because they're going to have commission. And then they get there and they're like, when did I become a salesperson? I just wanted to have a front desk job at a gym because I like working out. And it just started being icky. I felt so bad as a manager telling these people all these sales. I always had to do sales sessions with them. I'm like, this is a gym. I came here because I like fitness. And I'm telling someone how to sell something to a person. go in the back room and do calls. And I would tell them if they didn't properly sell things, if they didn't grab the person in time and they went off, and they had all these seedy little tricks they did. Like you said, just making sure not to flip around. And we would circle, we'd have like a pen to circle the laminate sheet to like really highlight how much money you'll save. Instead of pointing out the $200 a month, we'd point out only $15 for a class. It's so cheap. So many sales tactics. And I had to judge a sales associate for it. When it's just a college kid, they just wants to get paid and leave. I was like, why can't we just pay them a bit more? Especially because they were also in charge of keeping the place clean, tidy, checking people in and out, putting people's heart rate monitors. I'm like, just pay them more for doing all those things instead of paying them the bare minimum and saying they have to work money off commission. I was like, the managers, you know what? Fair game. Managers, owners, people in that, work off commission. Work your butt. It's probably your second or third job. Have some incentive. I like that. But the sales associate at the front, I'm like, can we just pay them a bit more for like the fact they're cleaning the bathroom?
Keltie, where did you learn these sales tactics? Well, I had to go to head office at least once a week to get sales training and get all my call logs audited by upper level managers, and then go teach all these specific sales tactics to the sales associate. And it was a very step-by-step method they used. And honestly, I can't be mad. That's business, baby. I just hated doing it. And I want to let you know, so next time you sign up for a gym, you're aware of these tactics.
Allegedly. And this is what irked me about Orangetheory Fitness. And this is actually maybe why I'm so blindly love Barry's. Barry's never sold me on anything. Barry's never was like, oh, come sign up. What you want? It was almost like,
do we want you? No, we're too cool. We're Barry's. You're lucky to sign up and have a membership here.
and it's super elitist. It's all, there's no sales tactics because they're like, if you know, you know.
We don't need you. You need us.
Which is awful. And that's the elitist, crappy part about Barry's. But guess what? I do love that I never feel pressured to buy a membership or not. And once again, I felt really awful. I felt pressured that I felt so slimy about the sales associate. I have no idea. That's why I'm not showing the sales associate. It's not them. I'm blurring their voice, blurring their face, because these are sales tactics they're told to use. It is nothing on them. I was like, I felt so bad even being like, oh, do you have punch cards? Because I know what they're told to say. I'm like, just pay them more money.
Just pay them more money.
What about that one?
Basic membership just gives you 4 sessions per month.
Okay.
I mean, you don't get that much benefit out of this because our drop-in fee is $30.
Okay.
So I think if you go with this one, probably you just get $2. Okay.
And then
Drop-in fee.
And yeah, I walked away. I walked away without signing up for a membership, but give it 24 hours. That call sheet comes in, and tomorrow the manager is going to come in and be like, who didn't sign up? You didn't sign up everyone that came to this overly priced gym class? Time to call them back and make sure they sign up. And that's why the first class is free. It's not out of the abundance of their heart. It's to get you in so they can really sell it to you. It seems like an okay workout just on paper, but when they can sell it to you, tell you how much you're going to burn, how much you're going to be a part of the community, all these things, they really add all the incentives. You get so much for this affordable price, and that's why they give you the free class. And the whole goal is to get you in there so they can sell it to you.
thank you so much. I enjoyed it. Bye. A lot has changed, but 2 major things have not. That was the worst part about working there and what made me feel like a used car salesman. And I'll explain the tricks. And this isn't just Orangetheory, this is fitness classes kind of in general, so you can see it.
I should also say it is a franchise. The pros and cons. A lot of people just buy these franchises like they would at McDonald's or anything to just make money. Occasionally someone buys a franchise because they're super passionate about it and the workout. They love it so much. They're like, hey, why don't I invest? Why don't I make this my job? But with that, there's a lot of sales tactics. Every single one is also going to be different. The downside is because it's a franchise, they're giving these workouts from head office every day, and the people that work there are just told this is the workout you do. I've said this before. I hate the group classes don't give a proper warm up or a proper cool down. I think workouts should only be 30-40 minutes and 10 to 20 minutes should be proper warm-up. I get it. People want to feel the most effectiveness in their workout if they're not sweating, heart rate beating the whole time. I just think we need to change that. And I never think it's the trainer's fault because they're given it from head office, and head office is like,
We need people to feel it's the most intense workout.
and people can come in earlier and train and warm up and cool down. But the reality is most people doing fitness classes don't know how to properly warm up or cool down. So I think it should be on the trainers to properly do that. This one, you just had like a minute on the treadmill and then go. I'm like, no, proper mobility, engagement. We can do that. We can take 5 to 10 minutes of an hour workout to properly warm up and cool down. And Orangetheory Fitness is still not doing that. So how has Orangetheory changed and how is it still the seedy old tactics? 1, it's not over exaggerating the calories burned. 2, the sales don't seem as salesy because they now have the app, they have people to purchase, they realized they had to be ahead of the times. They're very anti-website. Before, you couldn't even get the prices on the website. They always thought they were overpriced, and until you actually tried the workout, you never thought it'd be worth it. And now they realized they were behind on the times. They have to have a website and app. So 2, they're now available to get things online. 3, I did feel it was a bit more youthful. I remember the ones I went to were very suburban. It was definitely moms for after work. It was an older crowd. This one is definitely more urban. I'm in downtown Vancouver. It felt more people around my age, and nothing wrong with working out with the moms and all that on the way to soccer practice. A lot of people my age are moms, but it was just a bit more of like, you know, I wanted some heavy music, and they just wanted a break from the screaming from their kids. And this is a lot more on Davie Street. It was a bit more bumping, a bit more people, late 20s, early 30s, working professionals. And I was like, okay, it definitely is place by place, which I should go back and mention.
For context, in a previous video I had mentioned it was always a 40-year-old plus gym, but after trying other locations and talking to many of you, I think it really is location based. More downtown urban is going to be younger versus a suburban location, and of course I love multi-generations working out together. That's amazing. But just know some locations your vibes will be more EDM and sprints, and others more walks, jogs, and top 40 beats.
How it hasn't changed. Still doing the call logs. Once you're on it for good. Yep, you're not getting off that until you throw a fit. Allegedly. 2, they're still doing the sales tactics. They're not going to be open about the prices. They're going to sell you all these things, how it's the best workout. 3, yes, they're kind of over exaggerating the science behind it. I used it compared to my Apple Watch. It was about the same, but it's so hard to actually know how many calories you burn. Like, I think it's kind of useless in a lot of ways because half the workout you're doing weights, half you're doing on the treadmill, and it's just a regular heart rate monitor. Like, it can't tell what you're doing. It can tell what your heart rate is, but that's just like one thing of it. So saying this is the most science-paced, it's not that accurate. You'd have to actually be hooked up to a machine and monitoring sort of things. Technology just isn't there. So it's kind of cool to see if you're burning more or less, but it's not this most science-based workout. I'd say you can do most workouts and just wear an Apple Watch these days. Like, it was most science-based 8 years ago, but now it's like, sorry, we'll have Garmin's. And 3, they're clearly doing the same tactics of, you know, sales associates. You get this job, you're going to make so much money and you're going to make this commission off it instead of just paying them more money and then like not having it commission based for a fitness class. I don't know. Something about it just irks me the wrong way. Here's the real tea about Orangetheory Fitness. It is a real estate business, not a fitness studio. Allegedly. This is a problem with fitness studios in general. They're typically franchised out, and the individuals who own them buy them like McDonald's. There's the odd case of someone who's really passionate about the fitness studio. They did it, they love it, fell in love, so they want a part of it. But typically, everyone I saw work for it, most part were just business people, and to them, it could have just been a Taco Bell. There was real no passion behind the fitness of it. They just see numbers.
Franchise. Beg pardon? Franchise. Franchise the damn thing.
But businessmen can hire out trainers who are amazing, and the trainer really be in charge of the fitness studio, and they create an amazing community. They understand fitness, they have a passion for it, they just love the workout, and there can be some that are amazing. So this is not a blanket state. That's the thing. Realize it's a franchise, so every experience is going to be different. Some are going to be community-based, some are going to be wholesome, some are going to be lazy and lethargic, and some are just going to be slaughterhouse. They're just getting people in and out and signing up for a subscription, and hopefully we never see your face because the manager they hired just wanted money. And that was my 6th problem. My problem with working there. After a year of working there, I realized no part of my job involved fitness. It didn't involve people keeping healthy. It just involved signing people up for memberships and keeping them signed up. And I was like, this could be like HBO subscription at this point. I could have been cold call selling people at his tanning salon. Like, no part of it was unique to fitness and bettering people's lives. Going back now, I hated it there. I hated working there. So yeah, I was just like biasly hated Orangetheory Fitness. But going back now with a fresh perspective, let's talk about the parts I loved. I do love heart rate training. I think it can be individualized. 2 people can be pushing themselves equally hard at different paces depending on their exercise level. It is a lot more inclusive than berries or other similars. The reality is you can walk it, you can jog it, or you can run it, and there's a group of people. Versus berries definitely feels like you better be a runner. You better be a runner. Even days I'm like, take it easy, just go, don't go max out. Everyone's sprinting, so I'm sprinting. And I've too, as a tech nerd, I love seeing numbers. I do, but as someone who now wears an Apple Watch, I do find it kind of useless. I saw those numbers, I'm like, same old, I've seen it. It looks kind of cool to look on the app, but then I was like, I'm kind of over it. I do think the zones can be really nice. Also for people realize you can have a great workout and you don't have to be in the red. I don't like that it's like over exaggerates orange. I think the whole thing being called Orangetheory makes people think they have to spend the entire time in them when there's actually so much benefits of being in that green-blue zone, which is like a zone 2, zone 3. So I wish there was a bit more emphasis on the importance of being in that zone 2 or 3, but it does show people that you don't have to be in the red to have a good workout. 2, community. This is going to depend on the location, but this one I've saw at Davie Street definitely felt like a part of community. You definitely felt you come in, you had your regulars, you made friends, people are super welcoming, but then I've been to other ones that, oh, it is not welcoming. Next, you can bring your boyfriend, husband. I find some workout classes aren't for the boys. Sorry, Pilates is for the girls and the gays. I'm sorry, boys, you could do it, but it's our thing. You can come sometimes, but it's for us. It's for us. I do find Orangetheory and Barry's, it's quite nice. Like, it is a fun place to, like, you can drag your boyfriend or husband to, and they will gladly come with. It just seems a bit more men friendly, which not all fitness classes are, allegedly. And it's a great way. I love doing Barry's with my boyfriend, and we'll double date with some other friends. And it's a nice like weekday activity. You can drag the boyfriends too and get your workout in. And they could come to Pilates, and they probably need to, but it's kind of our thing. It's for the girls. We dress up for ourselves. Let us be. Now, what are some other the major cons? The training of trainers. It doesn't take a ton of training to become an Orangetheory fitness trainer. You just need kind of your basic certification. But I'm not against that because I think everyone needs a starting point. And it's actually a great starting point for someone wanting to get into training because it's a specific script you have to follow every day. You're not in charge of designing it. You kind of just have to look and watch everyone. But also these classes cater towards beginners, and this trainer has so many people to look after. They have to see the form of so many people. They have to make sure they're keeping on time. It's just a lot for a trainer. So I think it's just the realization, if you're a beginner, the trainers aren't going to be the most experienced trainers out there. Not to say they're bad trainers, but like I just mean it's not going to be someone who's been training Olympians for 30 years there. There's probably going to be someone's first or second PT training job. And so yeah, I wish they got more training, even for them, paid for the company, but at the same time, then the class would be a lot more expensive. So that's kind of the catch-22. The cheaper the class, not as qualified the trainer, but the cheaper the class, more likely beginners sign up. And it's just the reality of the fitness world. And I don't really know a solution to that. 2, the sales tactics, just once you see it, you can't unsee it. Con number 3, if I compare it to Barry's, the music and vibes aren't as great. But some people hate the music and vibes of Barry's. It's way too loud, way too dark, way too intense, feels like rave. And if you feel that, you might actually like Orangetheory Fitness better. So the vibes, maybe not a con for you, but like I said, I just want an underground rave at 6 a.m. That's why I work out. 4, the science is still out about the benefit of the orange zone. Is that really the most optimal place to spend most of your week's workout? The more study on longevity seems to point to actually zone 2 and zone 5. Like 10 minutes a week of zone 5 and 150 to 180 minutes of zone 2. And the other zones, jury's still out. Doesn't mean it's wrong, just means it's not confirmed. And last, the lack of warm-ups. I think it's like an epidemic among fitness studios. Like, why do these fitness classes have to be an hour, and do we have to work out for 50 to 55 minutes? Why can't we work out for 40 minutes and do 10 to 20 minutes of the cool down and warm up to properly teach people, and there'd be so much less injuries. And that's my tea on Orangetheory Fitness. If you go, just know it's still a great workout. It's still fun. You don't have to see it any differently. If anything, I hope this just presents that like you should be paid more. You should be given more education from these things. And if you own it, honestly, great. You probably love the workout. I hope that's the case. But just realize this is kind of the seedy thing about the fitness industry I've never seen anyone talk to. So I thought, you know what, this would be a time to actually just like expose a bit of the fitness industry and the sales tactic they use. And in reality, they want to get you on a subscription base and hope you never show up so they can sign more people up and just have money coming in. Yeah, and that's the way our world works. I don't think it's inherently evil. I just think numbers talk, and that's how it works. And yeah, just without calling out specific people, there's a lot of people that love sales and not fitness that work at fitness studios. So next time you get signed up, don't feel pressured. Ask questions, ask for the punch pass. Keep asking. Don't think that's all there is. There's always more. They just want to get you under the subscription that gets the most. And it's probably gonna be hard to cancel. We made it so hard for people to cancel. We had a whole sales script, I can't even remember it, of how to make sure people don't sign up. And here's the trick. I'm gonna expose everyone. Just say you move. There you go. If you're signed up for a gym membership and they can't get out, just say, sorry, I'm moving to blank blank. Find an address, boom. Say I'm moving there. Allegedly. Have a great day. Go pet a dog. Love you guys. Bye.